What are nasal consonants? Nasal consonants or nasals are consonants or speech sounds that are produced when the soft palate is lowered, allowing airstream to escape through the nasal cavity or the nose. Remember, we said that oral consonants or orals are speech sounds that are produced when the soft palate is raised. This will allow air to escape through the mouth. But in the case of nasal consonants, the soft palate or the velum is lowered, and this way it allows airstream to escape or goes out or leaves through the nasal cavity or the nose. Now, why are they called nasal consonants or nasals? We call them nasal consonants because their main characteristic is that air escapes or goes out through the nose, not the mouth, when they are produced. And sometimes you can feel that the air also leaves through the mouth, but not completely through the mouth. There are only 3 nasal consonants in English, which are meh, neh, and ngeh. Now, these nasal consonants are also called nasal stops. Why? Because the airstream stops at some point in the vocal tract. When we say meh, the airstream stops behind the lips. When we say nah, the airstream stops behind the alveolar ridge and the tip of the tongue. When we say nga, the airstream stops because the back of the tongue and the velum or the soft palate are close together, completely stopping the airstream from leaving the mouth. Now we will start with the nasal consonant meh. The phonemic description of meh is voiced, bilabial, nasal, or nasal stop. One more time. It's voiced, bilabial, nasal, or nasal stop. Now, meh is voiced because the vocal cords are vibrating when it is produced. Meh is bilabial because it is produced when the lower lip and the upper lip are completely closed. We use both upper and lower lips when we produce meh. Meh is nasal because it is produced by allowing air to leave through the nose. The soft palate is lowered and it allows airstream to leave through the nose, and that's why it is called nasal. Meh is also stop because it's produced with a complete stoppage of airstream at some point in the vocal tract. Let's move to the second nasal consonant, neh. Neh is voiced, alveolar, nasal, or nasal stop. Again, it is voiced, alveolar, nasal, or nasal stop. But we don't say voiced alveolar stop. No, we have to say voiced alveolar nasal or nasal stop. Stop alone, we can't say that. Neh is voiced because it is produced when the vocal cords are vibrating. Neh is alveolar because it is produced when the tip and blade of the tongue are close to the alveolar ridge, and the sides of the tongue are against the sides of the palate. Neh is nasal because it is produced by allowing air to escape through the nose. Neh is also stop because it is produced with a complete stoppage of airstream at some point in the vocal tract. The The last nasal consonant is ng. This consonant never comes initially. It may come medially, between vowels, or finally. The phonemic description of ng is voiced, velar, nasal, or nasal stop. It is voiced because it is produced when the vocal cords are vibrating. It is velar because it is produced when the back of the tongue is placed against the soft palate, the velum. It is also nasal because it is produced by allowing air to escape through the nose. Ng is also stop because it is produced with a complete stoppage of airstream at some point in the vocal tract. An important process related to nasal consonants is called nasalization, which is a process whereby a vowel or a consonant become nasalized in the environment of a nasal consonant. Here we are talking about consonants and vowels which are not originally nasal. They are oral sounds, but they become nasalized when they come before a nasal consonant. For example, in the word can, the vowel a, which is oral, becomes nasal. And please notice the diacritic above the a vowel. This is important. This means this vowel is nasalized. In the word spoon, oo, which is an oral sound, becomes nasalized, in which the air, now when we produce it, the air leaves through the nose. Oon, spoon. You'll notice that oo becomes nasalized. Again, in the word him, come, sing, rung. Then any sound that comes before that comes before a nasal sound becomes nasalized. Nasal consonants affect the sounds that come before them, and they make them nasalized. Now remember, all the vowels in the above words are nasalized because they occur before a nasal consonant in the environment of a nasal consonant. These vowels are called nasalized vowels. A and oo, e, a, e, o are all nasalized vowels. What is a nasalized vowel? A nasalized vowel is a vowel that is produced when the soft palate is lowered, allowing air to escape through the nose and the mouth at the same time. Now, here we need to remember that naturally all vowels are orals, and they are produced when the soft palate is raised and the air escapes through the mouth. But when they are nasalized, the soft palate becomes lowered and the air escapes through the nose and the mouth. The same examples: can, spoon, him, come, sing, wrong. The vowels a, oo, e, a, e, o are all nasalized vowels. They are produced when the soft palate is lowered, allowing air to escape through the nose and the mouth. Another important related topic to nasal consonant is called syllabic consonants. There are 3 syllabic consonants in English: 2 are nasals and 1 is oral. The nasal syllabic consonants are meh and neh, and the oral syllabic consonant is leh. Now, what is this a syllabic consonant? A syllabic consonant is a consonant that occupies the center of a syllable instead of a vowel. Naturally, every syllable is occupied by a vowel. One more time. Every syllable is occupied by a vowel. The center of every syllable is a vowel, not a consonant. But in the case of syllabic consonant, the center of a syllable is occupied by a consonant, which is either meh, neh, or leh. Now, examples on syllabic meh and neh. And we will talk about syllabic leh afterwards. Now, for example, blossom, rhythm, bottom, button, cotton, and lesson. Now, the regular pronunciation is plasm. Now, if we pronounce it as a syllabic ma or na, we say blosm. Rhythm, rhythm. Bottom, bottom. Button, button. Button, button. Cotton, cotton. Lesson, lesson. Now, notice that ma in the case of syllabic ma, we always use a diacritic, which is like a dot below ma or below na, to show that this consonant is syllabic. And then remember to put a diacritic dot below the syllabic consonant. And also remember that both pronunciations are correct. It is correct to say blossom, and it is also correct to say blossom. Blossom, blossom. Rhythm, rhythm. Bottom, bottom. Button, button. Cotton, cotton. Lesson, lesson.